Well, all this week we're honoring the king, the master of the mic, Larry King. He's celebrating 50 years in broadcasting. He begins tonight by getting Oprah to open up about her personal life. Let's take a look.
What is it like to be very poor?
Yeah.
And then very rich? I mean, what?
It's the best. It's the best. It's the best.
I'm sure it is. Well, a little role reversal. Larry is here with us this morning to answer some of our questions. Thanks for being here. Thanks for getting up.
Congratulations. Great beginning to you and to John.
I am thrilled to be here.
All the suspenders floating around the studio.
I got them on this morning. Just for you.
Black like mine.
Black like yours. That's right. It's a requirement to get in the building today.
I'm going to tell you, when I saw that note from Jim Walden, the head of the company, and heard from John Klein, the rest that they were going to do this, this kickoff day of this 50th anniversary week, I couldn't have been more impressed. I mean, I was really flipped. Had a lot of nice things happen to me in 50 years, and this is one of them.
And you're going to see, you're probably going to be more impressed throughout the day when you see how many people are wearing them, because I think it's a lot.
It's really nice.
What's Oprah like in person? Because she's just such an icon.
I go back a long way with Oprah. She used to host a show in Baltimore. I think it was called Good Morning Baltimore, and I had started my national radio shows before CNN. And she invited me as a guest, and they used to have a surprise guest on that show. And they opened up a curtain, and my daughter, who was attending private school in Maryland, was the surprise guest. They brought her over from school. And she was delightful. I kept up a running contact with her over the years. Very proud of her success. I think she's worth every cent of it. She's a terrific talent. She's a great communicator. She's an unusual human being. She stepped above it.
She really did, and she's given so much back to people. You've done more than 40,000 interviews with it, which is just mind-boggling to think of. Do you have a favorite or a few favorites?
Be a few favorites. You know, I mean, I had Eleanor Roosevelt when I was 23 years old, just starting in radio. Her son was mayor of Miami Beach, and he got her for me. That was pretty good. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Sinatra's last interview, which they played parts of. By the way, this Wednesday night, I finally saw a preview of it. I didn't see it in total, but I saw a preview flying in of this CNN Presents. It's a special called Larry King, 50 Years of Pop Culture. This Wednesday night in my time slot for 2 hours. Unbelievable. The job. Have you seen the work that they do at CNN Presents?
They do such an incredible job. And I was wondering, when I saw some snippets of that, did it take you back to those various interviews?
Oh, my God, it took me back. And scenes of Miami Beach and clips of the interviews. And then the way they focused on things that were occurring in the society while were interviewing people associated with the society. It was beautiful. You got to watch.
And you haven't changed much, actually. You look very much like you do now in a lot of those clips, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, but in some of them I look like the Pillsbury Doughboy. No, I wore those unusual, those crazy glasses, and
you were a trendsetter.
I weighed about 20 pounds more. And
let me ask you about what you have left to accomplish. I mean, 50 years, and you've interviewed 40,000 plus people. Is there any interview you still want to get your hands on?
We're still working on Castro. I'd like to do Castro. I'd love to do this Pope. I'd like to do Prince Charles. They would be high. We've had all the other world leaders. I still love the game. I love the process. I love being involved in the mix. I hope to continue working at CNN, sign a new contract, go on beyond my year. I feel very young. I'm 73, but I don't feel 73.
You look great.
I don't accept. You like the way I look?
Yeah, and you're a gentleman, because you
nice
sent flowers for my first day, and that was very sweet of you.
Well, we're sweet people.
You sure are. Why the suspenders, by the way?
That started with my ex-wife, Sharon. I give her complete credit. It was after my surgery, my heart surgery. And I started to lose weight, and I stopped smoking. I guess I started to look better, and she said, I used to wear sweaters. Have you ever tried braces, suspenders? And I said, no. So she said, you ought to try them. You might look good. I tried them. 2 people called in and said, you look good, and that's all we have to hear in broadcasting. 2 people said, you look good. My wife, Sean, loves them. The kids love them.
There it is. And now everyone that you bump into today, at least here at CNN, will be wearing them in your honor.
I couldn't be more pleased. I'm so excited to come back here to a place where I was born and raised in New York City, in Brooklyn. I'm going out to Brooklyn this afternoon, do some shots, because Katie Couric's going to interview me tomorrow. And if it stops raining...
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend leaving.
I come from California, where we haven't had rain I don't remember the last time we had rain. We have a drought. Boy, you don't have a drought here.
No, it's like we wish we could flip the weather around and help everyone out. But our time is up here. I just want to say it was an honor to talk to you, and we're going to be watching all week.
And I tell you another thing.
Yes.
They just told me this. I'm coming back here in an hour.
Oh, good.
To interview you.
You're kidding.
And John. And that's what they told me.
Well, it would be our pleasure. I better start brushing up. Do you know what you're going to ask me?
No, how can you brush up? I don't know what I'll be back.
All right, Larry, thanks
Remember
so much.
that. I'll be back. Who said that? Schwarzenegger.
He sure did. He still does. We want to make sure that you all watch Larry, by the way. This week, it's, of course, you're going to watch it all the time, but this week, a very special week. 50 years in broadcasting. We're celebrating it here at CNN. You don't want to miss the 2-hour special that Larry was just talking about, airing this Wednesday. Larry King Live every night, 9 p.m. Eastern here on CNN. We're going to be back in a moment. The most news in the morning right here on CNN.